Welcome to the SATKING DVBS2-800 vast satellite receiver instructional setup and product review by Access Antennas. So here we have the front of the unit. On the right hand side we have a flap, and inside we have a smart card in the card slot. On the back is the card number, which you can see, which is used for the activation. Alright, so that's the front of the unit. This is the back of the unit. Here we have all the inputs. In a second we're about to go through all the different inputs. So now we've shown you the back of the box. We're now going to plug in all the cables. So first we get the transformer out of the box. We plug in the transformer. It goes into the power socket. If you're using the 12 volt cigarette plug, the 12 volt lead, they're an extra, they're $15. You use the 12 volt cigarette lead instead. The second lead, it just screws in, just do it finger tight, don't over tighten it, as you will bust the thread and they're not under warranty if you over tighten. Third cable we're going to connect is the HDMI cable, which is what provides video and audio to the TV. So now that we've connected all three cables into the box, we need to connect the HDMI cable from the receiver into the TV. So on the back of the TV there should be a HDMI input if it's a digital TV. If you're using an old analog TV, I highly recommend you upgrade to a TV that does have HDMI input. You can use the yellow, white, red cable. It is an inferior picture, but yes, the picture is a lot substandard to the high definition picture. So now we're going to make sure we have the TV on the correct TV channel. So now we're going to pick up the remote control and we are going to press the source button on the remote. Every TV is different. It's usually called the input button or the source button. And we have a list of source. We're using the HDMI cable, so we select the HDMI channel. So as soon as you have connected the cable, you should see the picture that just came up, searching for signal. This screen will show us that we're searching for signal, that we haven't actually found signal yet. So as soon as we do find the signal, we're going to get a signal found, and as you can see the bars come up and it starts scanning the channels. So as soon as you see this screen, you have located the satellite signal. It is just scanning in all the channels. If you see a no signal screen after this, it means you didn't have enough signal to pull it in and you have to readjust it a bit better. But you should have over 100 channels, and you should have a picture come up straight after. If you haven't used a smart card for some time, it will say currently unable to view this channel, or it might even possibly say no permission to view this channel. After a couple of minutes you should receive a picture. If you haven't used it for a couple of months, you will have to reactivate it. You can reactivate it at our website www.accessantennas.com.au, or furthermore you can contact VAST on 1300 993 376. So we're now going to use the signal finder feature on the SATKING VAST receiver. So please pick up the remote, press the menu button, which is located at the bottom left of the arrows. So the first option is single finding. We're going to choose that. It will then bring up a map of Australia with a list of states and numbers. So we're going to choose WA, which is 6. So we press 6 on the remote. We now move the cursor to wherever it is the exact location that we want to find the angles and bearings for. This next screen is for the LMB frequency, which is already preset to 10.7 or 10700. It's very important that you don't change any settings on this screen. If you do change anything on this screen, you'll never be able to get it to work again. Foxtel, Ostar, all the dishes that we provide are preset for 10700, so please make sure you have it on 10700. We now need to press the OK button and it'll take us to the next screen, which is the dish alignment settings. So on this next page we have compass bearing, which is the compass bearing from north. We have the elevation angle, which is the elevation in degrees, and we have the L&B skew, which is twisting the L&B. So almost every brand of L&B should have markings for the L&B skew angle. If there's no markings, contact the store you purchase the equipment from and they should be able to tell you what plus 30 or minus 30 is. Sometimes there is markings on the L&B. Each marking is usually referred to as 5 degrees as a rule of thumb. So as you can see, we already have 61% signal. The satellite has already been found. The beautiful thing about the signal detection screen is it beeps. So you can't hear it now, but it does actually beep as you get a stronger signal. So if you're already outside, you can actually turn this up very loud and it will give you an indication of when you've hit the satellite. The only bar we need to look at is the quality bar. It's currently at 61%. You want to get it generally above 45% to get a picture. Anything above 50 or 60% is generally pretty good. But use a satellite finder to fine tune it as strong as you can. Otherwise you might get dropout in bad weather. Press the OK button to start search, and once you have quality of more than 45%, you'll see that screen and it'll start scanning. We are now moving to the advanced section using the IR extender for the SATKING Blast. This is an optional extra. So to use the IR extender, we plug it in on the back. It's a tight fit so it doesn't come out easy, and we get the eye of the extender and we stick it on the front of the TV with the double-sided tape it comes with. Usually just give it a nice hold and that's it. So the whole idea of having a IR extender, you can point the remote control at the IR eye, it will do whatever you want it to do. So you can have it hidden away in a cupboard, you can have it anywhere you want, and you simply put the IR eye where you can access it and you just point the remote control at the eye. It can be purchased for $22 for a 1.5 meter lead, and there is a longer version which is 3 meters, which is $29. Can be purchased on our website, which you can currently see at the moment, www.accessantennas.com.au, and you just go to the vast receiver section. We are now moving on to programming the remote control. So the remote control has some advanced features. It can be programmed to learn how to turn your TV on and off, and also adjust the volume control. So to do this, what we do is we hold the set button down until it lights continuously. We then choose the button we want. So I've hit the power button, as you can see, and I then press the power button on the TV remote control. You can then do this for all the other buttons while the set button is configured, and to turn it off you simply hold the set button down. We are now moving to the 12 volt power cable. It's an optional extra. They're $15. It's for caravanners, motorhomers. It's to run on 12 volt or 24 volt. So we unplug the 240 volt cable, or if you're putting it in the caravan you don't use it at all, and we simply just plug it straight in. It then connects into the cigarette connection on a van. Please make sure you don't cut the cable, as it does void the warranty on both the cable and the box. We are now at the last section, which is using the USB stick for recording. So to do this we use a USB stick. Now some of the cheaper brands aren't compatible. We use the Kingston, the Toshiba. We do sell the 32 gigabyte for $25. The 32 gigabyte does roughly about 30 hours of recordings. So to record, we simply hit the recording button once we have a USB stick in the unit or a hard drive. You must use a powered hard drive. You can't use a non-powered hard drive with the unit. It's usually best just to use a USB stick. They're quite portable. Like I said, a 32 gigabyte stick will do about 30 hours. So to record, we hit the record button. When we want to stop recording, we hit the stop. You can pause live TV. which is quite cool if you want to go have a coffee or a cup of tea and come back, hit the play button, and you can fast forward through some of your adverts. So we have summed up the SATKING Vast box. It does have quite a lot of cool features. There's a few advanced features I didn't cover, like using the RF modulator to another TV. But yeah, overall I'd say the SATKING Vast box is a very good box. It's very good for use in caravan or motorhome with a lot of the advanced features like the IR extender if you want to put in a cupboard. 12-volt feature. It's quite small, it's quite portable. It's one of the smallest fast boxes on the market. I would highly recommend it. It's probably the best single tuner fast box on the market. Thanks for listening. I know it's been a long video, but I hope you learned something. And yeah, if you ever need anything, we've got stores in Brisbane, Bunbury, and in Perth, WA. Thanks guys for listening. Take care.